they give you a set of development tools that
Okay.
makes everything multiplayer out of the box.
Okay.
So like all of these games are just made by. It's kind of like a giant app store, but
Okay.
it's in their very specific ecosystem.
Okay.
And like I'll just show you an example of like one of the more popular games.
You
Just
know
so
what I'm playing with my 5-year-old is Dig in the Backyard.
Dig in the. Is that one of these games?
Yeah, it's one of these games.
It's funny because I was playing. Where is it here? Dig to Earth's core.
Right.
Yeah, this one. This
Probably
one's.
the same premise.
It's probably exactly. I mean, so it's all about you want to have all this clicky dopamine stuff, and the whole thing is for this one you just dig and you collect these little guys. So I start digging, and then I can just turn on the auto dig,
Hmm.
and I don't even have to play. And this is kind of the whole thing with it. So like if you go into like the data about this kind of thing, the number one real thing that they're after is like screen time.
Hmm.
You know, how many hours of people's lives are you extracting?
For sure.
So that's kind of the goal. So this is like an example of
Is that a real-time dashboard from the current project?
This is our project. Yeah. So this is Myrmicornos.
Maybe you can
Yeah, tell us about your project.
Yeah. So I'll
You
just
can sit here.
So Myrmicornos is actually it's like a Japanese brand. If I go.
My Little Pony, if the ponies were also unicorns.
Essentially,
or
yes.
were also mermaids.
Like, or that. I'll play the trailer because it's like a TV show. It's
Okay.
on HBO. We didn't our company didn't make the TV show. We're just making the Roblox experience. Man, I spelled it so many times. There we go.
Joe, did you guys develop all these games?
So the only one we developed is this guy right here,
What is it called?
Myrmicorno Starfall. That's what it's called. I was just trying to get the trailer for the show up.
Yep.
Just because that's kind of a cute little kids show. Yeah, let's see if it'll play with us. Yeah.
Nice.
So this is like what we started with, and we've turned it into a 3D game. But I'll show you the game in a sec.
Hey,
HBO
you wanna grab
Max.
a
Yeah, I was
screen
about to
recorder
ask you his
on your.
Oh, yeah. Michelle's main character.
I see Max there. It's HBO. The Max.
Yeah.
Huh? It's for HBO.
It's for HBO, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a real deal show. Yeah, they pumped a lot of money into
Oh
it.
wow! Wow.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls meets.
Yeah, My Little Pony.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I think that's the worst sporting breath I've ever smelled.
Yeah. So that is the show, and then here's the game that we built. So that's the Myrmicorno there. Obviously, a fully
Nice.
3D world. These are all real players, because again, the thing about Roblox is you get it fully multiplayer out of the box. So you
Okay.
don't have to do any of the technical networking stuff or anything like that. And then in the case of this game, like, okay, that guy just went into a race. I'll just go into a race of my own. And we have 4 races, and then another mini game called Search. It's like a scavenger
Okay.
hunt game.
Mm.
And basically, it's like kind of Mario Kart, but
Less Mario.
yeah, a little more boring than Mario Kart for sure. But it's here.
No, but it's cute.
Yeah.
So the full the game is essentially racing is the premise.
It's like mini games is the premise, and then one of them is racing.
Okay.
One of them is a scavenger hunt, and then we
Okay.
might do like a soccer one or something like that. I'm just gonna put it out here.
Where's the blue shell?
The blue shell?
Can you shoot
Oh,
any weapons?
if we had the budget, yes, but we didn't have the budget.
But you dreamed of it.
We dreamed of it, yes, and it's within the realm of possibility for sure. Yeah, and then the key thing with this, like,
So tell me about the team who did the graphics and did the
yeah,
modeling.
I mean, yeah, we have a team. I mean, we've had artists kind of cycle through. I think we have 2 3D artists and then like a graphic designer who's kind of also like our art director. So they worked their butts off to get the beautiful look of this place. Like if you go into other Roblox experiences, honestly, I don't really think it looks this good.
No,
This feels
looks
more like
really
a
good,
real video game.
right.
Yeah, these little shells are all around, and then when you collect enough of them, you get a reward for it. Actually,
Pump up the audio.
oh yeah, I guess I should. Eh? Yeah, there's like a nice little soundtrack in here.
We need that. I'd say a good portion of game development is sound engineering.
Yes, it's very important. I want, you know what it misses? I don't have any, because you're underwater, right? I want like a But yeah, it's like the budget was really tight on this one. We built it in 5 months.
And maybe like some bubble sprites when you change directions, so the bubbles come over.
Oh yeah, we
Maybe
have
that
some
feel-
like there is some bubbles here, but
There's-
they're
yeah,
kind of
that
just
stuff.
for the teleporters. I think in here, I do have some bubbles. Look at that. Got some bubble effects. Put on my trail.
Okay.
You know, that's the whole thing here.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
nice.
you unlock all these little things. Like I like this music one, and then I like
Okay, so this is free to play for any Roblox user.
100%.
And why did they spend the money to bring this game to Roblox? What's in it for the company?
Well, I think with Roblox, it's more of like a marketing play. It's kind of like you're able to engage the audiences in a different way. And then
Right.
they also have these physical toys as well. Like if I search
Okay.
Mermaid Porno Toys. The
So they've made a whole brand ecosystem, and it involves
yeah,
all the ways that kids play.
yeah, that's kind of the thing. Let's see. There's like a lot of spin-offs of it. Maybe they're not on Amazon. No, they must be. Mermaid Porno. I like-
Gotcha. Okay, let's go through
Yeah,
your,
there
your
we go.
slide deck.
Yeah, there's one. But they have all kinds of toys. Tokidoki is like the parent company of all this. Yeah, here's the deck.
It's a pretty good name.
It's a good name, yeah. Yeah, like I
Full
just
screen.
AI
style.
generated this crap. So, why Roblox? It's my job. Literally, it's my day job. They pay me to build this stuff, so that's why I'm doing it. There is huge user base. It has like one of the most highest concurrent user bases of any game. Like compare it to like Fortnite or whatever. Like this game has like 10 million concurrent users basically at any given moment. Especially on the weekends or when school rolls out. There's a funny thing. Like I work till 5 or 6. Usually around 3 or 4 p.m. Roblox will start glitching out because all the kids are coming and sending traffic to the server. So like my development tools start to act a little funny occasionally.
Right.
But on the note of the development tools, they're really well done. They're kind of a little quirky if you come from other game tools, like Unity or Godot or Unreal Engine.
Which you do come from.
Yeah. It kind of like makes you think quite a bit differently because they've almost like intentionally like named everything like weirdly, so you don't really know what anything does until you dig into the documentation. But overall, it's a really good time using these Roblox tools because again, I think just the key thing is just the multiplayer aspect of it. Yeah, I mean that's essentially, and it uses Lua as the scripting language. I don't know if you guys know Lua at all. It's kind of like Python, and it's just a really easy, flexible language. It's typeless. I kind of love that. I've learned to love typeless languages, and it's just been super fun to work with. And I use AI a lot to kind of like help me just get through some of
Typeless
it.
means you don't have to define the data type.
Like like strings or floats or whatever. It's kind of just
Whereas,
whatever
whereas
you.
C# is very prescriptive.
Yeah, super prescriptive, which
Yeah.
has its pros. I mean, developers like types because then you know what is what,
Yeah.
and I'm with that. But using this language kind of like made me kind of fall in love with not worrying about types so much.
Well, same with JavaScript, isn't it?
Yep, precisely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lua and JavaScript are super similar. Everything's kind of just like a table, and you just keep like it's basically just dictionaries on dictionaries on dictionaries.
So what is multiplayer functionality of this?
Like literally like everything here, like the fact that I have all of these players in this game, that is out the box. So I don't have to do anything extra to get this multiplayer stuff in there.
Well, do you need
So
to
then what is
register
the-
or have a server?
No. There's no deployment. I literally hit the save button basically, and then it automatically deploys to Roblox's like platform. So I don't have to host servers. I don't have to have build machines. That's kind of the beauty is it's like really low cost to actually get something like this up and running, and no maintenance really, outside of like what you do to maintain your game and keep it engaging, you know. That's pretty. Oh, someone's trying to play right now, so I can hit go, and then she left. She left without me. That's okay. Anyways, back to the deck. Yes. And yeah, that goes to like what I was just saying, like the release cycles of it. Like publishing happens in seconds. You literally just, when you're in the editor, you just go to the save button like you would on any other program, and that is the automatic deployment of whatever you release. There is like, you want to do like certain staging. Like I have like a release version and then like a QA version for just before release, just so we can like validate that it's all working in that context. But that's really the only step that you have to do to release.
It also means because it's a pretty stable platform, you're not gonna corrupt it with a bad.
No, and they give you beautiful tools. Like, say you did something really wrong out here. Here, hold up. Where's my dashboard at? Yeah, say I like screwed something up. I go to my places. I go into here, and then I have a version history, and I can revert back to any previous version just like that. So if I did actually screw something up, you can just restore it really easily.
So you're on Roblox.create.roblox.com.
Yeah, this is like their big dashboard. Yeah, so like has all of our experiences here. Like that's my QA one, and then that's like the live one here.
Gotcha.
And then what I was going to get into as well, managing assets. Managing assets in this thing, I mean, with video games, managing assets is like half the thing. Like you have all the 3D models, all the textures, all the sound assets and stuff. Because it's multiplayer by default, all that stuff needs to go up to Roblox's servers, but they don't give you a very good way to like organize all of these assets. They kind of just like, let's see. So if I go into here, no, actually I can't even go here. I have to go to this group, and then development items, and then the only actual folders, like I have models, and every single model is just in here,
Right.
and there's like no organization at all, you know? If I go to images, they're just kind of all just sitting here, where normally I would want to have structured folders,
Yeah.
so I can easily find everything, but they don't really do that for whatever reason.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Like if I boot up
What's the history of Roblox?
what? Sorry.
How far back? Roblox is what? Almost.
Oh,
15 or
they're like
20 years
they're about 15 years old or something like
Right.
that. Yeah. Yeah, they've been doing it like this for a while, and clearly it's working. Like, there's some really big, polished games on here. Like,
Okay. Nice work.
Yeah.
So what else? What other insights do you have for us from this world? Let's ask this. So you've been doing Unity development
Yeah.
through Android and iOS.
Yeah.
And you then got into Godot.
Yeah.
And then your employment was relying on Unity. But
Yeah.
then the employer got this contract in Roblox.
Yeah.
Your whole team kind of had to learn Roblox.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean, yeah, the company
It's been what, 6 or 8 months of Roblox in?
just over a year now.
Okay.
Yeah, the company was
And you just shipped.
pivoting. Yeah, and we just shipped this first one. Yeah, we shipped like a bunch of small ones internally just to kind of build our skill set. The company actually just basically paid us to learn this stuff so that they could get work doing this, and then this was the first work that we had about it, like real work, real paying work.
So if someone says, make me another Roblox game, do you want to shoot yourself or are you excited to
No,
do it?
I would do it. I do
Okay.
find it very fun. It's cool because like collaboratively too. Like it looks like someone's actually in here right now. So this is the development environment, and like even when you're in the
Great.
development environment, it is also multiplayer. Like that is my coworker. He must have just left it on. Like he's not working right now, but that's like my coworker. I could probably find his little node if I just like.
Like a Google Doc.
Yeah, exactly.
in-
Like you're
in
editing a
3D,
Google Doc,
yeah.
but in a 3D environment. Yeah. So we're working on new features over here. It's called Mermy Mondays. It's basically going to be a very cheap sale on some of these skins, and you buy it for $1, which is like less than, it's like a cent or 2 cents
Yeah.
or whatever. Really cheap. Because part of the metrics is they want just more sales. They don't necessarily care about how much revenue. It's about like number of conversions, basically, right? Yeah. That's really what they're caring about. Yeah. And then again, like the publishing, as opposed to like iOS, where it's like, okay, you build the iOS and then you go through the App Store and you have to do all that process to do the updates. All I would literally do is I go file and then publish to Roblox. And then that goes live, just like that. At least to my dev one. That's my dev experience. And then I can literally go to the dev experience and it would be live for everyone to play, just like that, with no extra deployment or any
Well,
other
you did
steps.
a lot of the deployment in advance by putting the assets up on the cloud in advance.
Well,
So
that's true, yeah.
That's part of why it's so
Yeah.
snappy.
Yeah, Roblox kind of just like walks you through everything that you need to do, like kind of holds your hand a little bit, because it is literally like 10 and 12-year-olds who are working in this too, building these Roblox experiences
Yeah.
as well. Like this is
The,
getting
the
kids.
studio comes pre-built with the download.
Yeah,
You get Roblox Player, you get Roblox Studio, and you're off to the races.
yeah, everything's there. You don't even need, like, they have internal scripting editor too. I use Visual Studio Code, and there is a bit more setup involved with that. We use this tool called Royo, so VS Code can communicate with this tool.
Okay.
I don't need to explain that. It's kind of, if you
You
really
got
have to get
any
into it.
AI MCPs?
There is AI in here, yeah. I mean, if I go to the view, they have the assistant, they have image generation built right in. I haven't really messed around with it too much because I'm not
Okay.
the art guy on this project, but I
Right.
typically would go to like Perplexity or Grok or something and be like, hey, I need
Sure.
this thing. Like, honestly, I can show an example of something AI gen in here. I have a couple examples. It's pretty cool. So like, honestly, this little dancing crab here, the animation's AI gen. It's not like we animated. I just said I need a script to make a crab dance in
Okay.
the world. And then I have this little prototype over here, because the thing with Roblox is you want to be clicking and getting rewards and stuff. So it's just like, I created a little script. We're going to make all these little garbage cans and stuff clickable so that they give you pearls, so you can just keep buying crap. And you can go in here and just buy whatever you want.
Right on.
Open the magic blind box and get your thing and da-da-da-da-da, like that kind of stuff. Duplicate item, yeah.
So how is your buy-in, or not buy-in, but subscriptions? Like since launch about 3 or 4 weeks ago, how many users is this?
I mean, we have 81K visits.
Okay.
Pretty sweet. 220 votes, 93% upvotes, which is pretty good. We have like a campaign running in the game, so like when we hit 250 upvotes, it'll give the users a skin. If we hit 500, it'll give them another piece of the skin. They can also invite their friends, and then they'll get rewards for inviting friends to just try to get that viral effect going on.
Sure.
It's hard to do.
Incentivizing.
Yeah, we're trying for sure. And then
Cool.
in terms of like monetization, we've had a few sales. Not a lot. But
Like the skins and the mostly skins, is it?
Yeah, you basically, the main thing that we're buying here is just the pearls to buy the blind boxes to unlock the skins. Like that's the flow. It's
Okay.
like you have the boxes. Inside the boxes are the skins. In order to buy the boxes, you buy the pearls, or you just
I
earn
will
pearls.
admit that I contributed at least $6 to the Roblox ecosystem
Yeah.
for a skin for my son.
Yep. I
The
feel you.
famous show is a Minecraft show, Chip and Milo.
Okay.
Chip and Milo is Milo sounds like a chipmunk,
Okay.
so very high pitched squeaky voice is a penguin. And it's my son watches these videos all day.
Okay. Yeah, true. That is the kids.
Well, it wasn't Roblox then; it was Minecraft that skin.
I honestly like Minecraft better. Yeah.
Right.
And then
Anything else you'd like to show us, Joe?
I think that's about it. Yeah, I was just trying to get to that. Oh yeah, monetization overview, so you can see how many sales we've had.
This is
0
top
in the
secret
last
info?
72 hours, but yeah, we've made
This is
over.
top secret info.
Nah,
You have
not
an NDA.
Nah,
It's not the cut.
that's the reality of the situation. Yeah, one Robux is.
But that's all. That's all gravy because the purpose is
Marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we're not concerned about monetization. I mean, the only thing we're actually concerned about is getting people to buy things for very cheap. That way, the algorithm picks us up more, and eventually, you just want to spend no marketing dollars and be on this beautiful Roblox homepage.
Right.
With
when,
all the.
when we're playing Dig in the Backyard, there's 10,000 users
Dude,
all the time.
that's what I'm saying. Like the concurrent users on this thing, 2.5 million on this one alone right now. Like that's just crazy to me. Like Fortnite is not rocking 2.3 million users
That is
right now.
impressive on a lot of levels, technically
Technically,
and culturally, and
Insane. 50,000 on this one, 46,000 on this one, 300,000 on this one.
right.
It's crazy how big this platform is, and I didn't even realize. But it's been around for like you said, like 15 years or something. So it's matured. It's matured. Yeah, that's about it for me. I think that was it. Yeah. Yeah, Roblox universe. Yeah. Yeah. This slide was just talking about like the philosophy of Roblox games and how it's really just about like finding ways to consume your time and just have players on the screen as long as possible, which is like kind of like a moral conflict for me, but not my business, man. Yep. That's
Well,
it.
kids have time to spare.
Kids have time to spare, yeah. Yep.
And I find that games are actually quite educational.
They can be.
The fact that you're counting as you go, you're reading as you go, you're doing spatial awareness as you go.
Yeah.
You're problem solving as you go.
Yeah.
I have a very smart little 5-year-old, and I like to credit that he's an interactive media user. Not just to the genetics of me and his mom being the smarty pants, but that we've given him good experiences, and so he's a pretty good reader and very good counter.
Nice.
And yeah, his first experience with counting was collecting gems for Legend of Zelda. Right?
That makes sense, yeah.
From 0 to 100, and then spending that money and seeing, like, that's how he got his experience of in and out for numbers.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Joe.
Yeah, no worries.